Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 491.
491.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. We're sort of on the edge now. We're heading straight into the holidays. We're going to talk a little bit, about Halloween, but also about the holidays as well. Check out MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. Head to their website if you're looking for a holiday vacation at Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, Universal, or anywhere else you want to be.
So we are going to start the show with a surprise here. We woke up yesterday to find Asha from the new Disney Wish movie was meeting at EPCOT. What a surprise.
And Disney Wish has not come out yet, so a lot of guests don't know who Asha is
Not
yet.
for about 3 weeks, right?
Right. It will be on November 22nd, and then in France, because we do talk about Disneyland Paris as well here, is November 29th. So later this month, Disney Wish will come out, and then I think that this area will probably not be able to handle, as long as the movie does really well, which I bet it will, I don't think this area will be able to handle the crowd.
Well, anyway, here is Asha. Here she is. She was really good telling us stories about the film, or not the film, about her life. Mm-hmm. And we happened to get a star in the mail the day before, so perfect timing. And at some point, I'm going to show her Star. Star is a big part of the film.
Right. Star is essentially a character in the film, just as we talked about Valentino, who's the goat.
Yes, that Valentino stuck in the tree during one of the between one of the meet and greets yesterday.
That's what they said. That's why she didn't come out till 3 instead of around 1:45 or 2.
They're a star.
And so I just wanted to mention, during this type of a meet and greet where the movie hasn't come out yet, I think, she is very limited on what she can talk about. And she does have something she does talk about.
Yeah, I learned about the film from listening to her, so it was actually really good. It helped. I think it's going to make my experience even better meeting her before we see the film.
But after the film, then
it'll be crazy.
There'll be more. Well, not only that, but there'll be more that she can talk about.
So afterwards, we headed over to Disney's Grand Floridian Resort because we had heard the Gingerbread House had started construction, and they're only day 2, well along.
Yeah, and by the weekend, it should all be constructed, and it's going to open on November 8th, which is next Wednesday, I believe, at 10 a.m. Mm-hmm. It seemed up in the air whether there'd be too much of a ceremony. There might be a little something, but it doesn't sound like
they haven't had anything with characters or anything like that since 2019, so it probably
might not be a big thing, but we've always enjoyed being there when we can for the opening of the Gingerbread House.
But when it opens, you're not getting this. This is the special treat here: free gingerbread while it's being built. So it was very nice to have a very early gingerbread treat yesterday.
And it used to be where it seemed like it was just for it feels like it's a longer period of time where they give out free gingerbread during these days than it used to be. But it was nice getting a free sample because we will buy it.
Oh, we always do buy it, but it was it's early. It was only November 1st, so to get some fresh on tap gingerbread yesterday, wonderful.
And it's a gingerbread with, it's like the gingerbread shingle, which has the chocolate on the bottom.
Yeah, they cut up the shingle,
which is so good. So if you've never bought one, I recommend it.
I wish there was a way to convey how good it smelled in the Grand, though, because all that gingerbread being moved around and building, it just smelled really like Christmas, like gingerbread. So good.
Yes. And so there's 1,050 pounds of honey, 140 pints of egg whites, 700 pounds of chocolate, 800 pounds of flour, and there's a little more to the gingerbread house. We also spoke, we always like to say hi to pastry chef Christine Farmer, and she has been leading this for 5 years now. This is, it's since 2018. So, I mean, that's amazing. Because Chef Eric. Chef Eric, it must have been 2017 was his last year. It seems not that long ago.
So anyway, we'll be, of course, updating when it is finished. We are looking forward to getting back there and seeing the completed gingerbread house. But now it's time to talk about Halloween. And here we are at Disney's Fort Wilderness. We're looking at some of the Halloween pumpkins out here on the beach. These pumpkins were originally at Mickey's house at Mickey's Toontown here at Walt Disney World.
And I did not remember that because it's been so long. It's been 12 years, I think, since it it closed.
So we have been attending the Fort Wilderness Halloween Golf Cart Parade for many years. I think our first one was 2009. So it's been a long time. We love it. It's, as you had mentioned earlier, it's very organic. It's wonderful that everything you see here is made by the campers. And look at this giant zero. This is actually the second year. The zero was in the Halloween parade last year.
Right, and I remember that. And so I love coming here for the parade. There's the mayor's car from the Nightmare Before Christmas, because the campsite guests really put like all their effort into golf carts and the campsites and pumpkins. And
there's Maui and Moana's. It looks like a Moana cart. So many, as you were saying, so many wonderful designs.
And you took my word earlier.
Organic?
Yeah.
Well,
next time I'm not telling you it ahead of time.
I gave you credit. Did I not?
Yes, thank you. So anyway, but it is a very organic feeling experience. It's not put on. It's sort of it's affiliated with Disney, but the campsite guests are doing all the effort here.
And I believe we're seeing the winner now. It's an actual working stretching room, but it's an inside-out stretching room. You can even see a skeleton up there at the top. It's this is quite the amazing golf cart.
And it does go up and down, even though you don't see that here. We saw it later.
After it was parked. I think it probably has to be parked to work, I think. But we did see it in action, and it's very impressive.
And, you know, there's various themes. And, again, Haunted Mansion was a theme. Here's another of the... I think this one won something as well.
It was definitely in the top 6, the Woody's Roundup. Excellent job they did. And this is a great one, too. The Fort Wilderness Railroad, which I rode as a kid, and I remember it. It was a fantastic train they used to have that took you around before they had the buses at Fort Wilderness.
And that's a great cart. And there was a number of the Nightmare Before Christmas themed golf carts.
This I love. Merry Thanksgiving.
And I believe we've seen this one at least a couple times before.
And we're going to see a very impressive cart coming up, which, again, something I remember from years ago. It is Alien Encounter, and there is the alien up there, and I believe it's being driven by Skippy. Do you remember Alien Encounter?
I do. I did not like Alien Encounter. It scared
was great.
me.
It was wonderful.
I did it 3 times, and I just wanted to try to like it, and I couldn't. It was too scary for me.
Well, if you can't do it with excess, you shouldn't do it at all.
And then I didn't do it at all.
Anyway, so we're looking at some more of the carts. This looks like a Muppets Haunted Mansion, I think. I see a bunch. It looks like a Haunted Mansion with a lot of Muppets, so I'm guessing that's a good
what it looked like. And then we have Chernabog here.
Great. Fantastic sculpted golf cart there, all black. That would be cool at night with some smoke.
It just really a lot of creativity here. And okay, so we have Cruella, who we have seen before.
Cruella gave me a drink later on in the evening. There is a Cruella.
She was, they had some like little slushes at their...
The Pluto's Haunted Doghouse, another one of the top finishers.
One of the winners.
That's what I'm saying, one of the winners.
Well, yeah, because I think they had like a top 3, but we saw all 6 that they went in for judging.
I think the Tron Light Cycle also was wonderful. There's so many good ones. Here is Gru from Despicable Me.
Yep, and I thought this was a really fun cart.
I like how he has the mask on sideways. So a minion just popped out. I didn't even see it in person.
I didn't either.
An AT-AT. That's great. That now we're looking at the Star Wars contingent. I remember like the first time there was an AT-AT, I think it won, or there was a giant Star Wars golf cart. But really, again, there were so many impressive carts this year. And here we come
Freddy
to the
Krueger.
end. Always at the end, you have Freddy Krueger.
No, they don't always have
He's
Freddy
usually
Krueger.
at the end. And there's Chucky there.
Right, you have Chucky. I don't remember anybody Michael Myers. I do not remember Freddy Krueger. But I just thought, I love seeing, it's Halloween when it's Michael Myers there.
Now, afterwards, when we were sitting, I was trying to upload the video of the golf cart parade. Lo and behold, Tick-A-Tack, Chip and Dale came out.
Tick-A-Tack.
Tick-A-Tack. And these awesome costumes, we have not seen them in many years. You have them as a cop and robber. What a great Halloween costume for Chip and Dale.
Right. And we have not seen these costumes in a long time. I remember seeing them in these at Art of Animation in like 2012.
Yeah, and I linked to it actually. We posted a separate video of Chip and Dale like this, and I got to look at that costume from all those years, and it was the same. It even had the
ball and
his
chain.
ball and chain. It's such a great look for them.
And I was told, we were told that they have been in them in, like a few years ago. So they've been around in them rarely, but it was usually they're here as a vampire and a pirate, but they are in Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween
In the Boo to You parade
right,
this year.
yes. So in the parade, and so I guess that's why we ended up with a cop and robber, which is great. It was something unique.
I hope more characters end up in the Boo to You parade next year.
So to have
Now, this was wonderful again. This is all done by the campers. These are the pumpkin carving competition here, and we're going to look at all the pumpkins. So many well done. This is sort of the golf cart parade of pumpkins.
Is it? Except there's no golf carts here.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
no people.
And I actually love the pumpkins and you could get really close to them this time. They didn't cordon them off.
Yeah, sometimes you used to have to stand far away behind a rope.
I think that's probably for the best.
Nobody was touching them or anything.
So, but anyway, I really like the Bambi and Thumper and Flower. I thought this was one of the better pumpkins. And I'm just looking to remember what some of my other favorites were. They did have cast member pumpkins at some of the resorts, but this is actually guests who are carving these pumpkins.
And another thing, these are real pumpkins. So when you are there in person, you smell that pumpkin smell. There's real fire in there.
Disney Munchlings ones. Those are really nice.
But this really reminds me of growing up as a kid when you would carve your own pumpkin and you'd put a candle in it and have it in your front yard. This is just that, which was great.
This is like an RV, I think, right? Yep. So it's like a car and an RV, pulling the RV. I did not get to see this during the day because I was sitting and working.
You were working hard on your article during the day, but you did. I really wanted you to see it at night, and it's actually very beautiful at night, especially because the fireworks were happening at that time. So what a nice experience to see it all lit up during the fireworks without a lot of people around.
I like seeing it both ways. It's easier to photograph during the day, but
that's really good.
Yeah, and is that Shrek? Because it looks like Shrek. It may not be Shrek,
but whatever it is, it's very, very well done. You're about to see a Goofy, which is another one of my favorites. I think they did a great job. Whoever did this Goofy, it's really good.
I thought so too, and I don't know if this is an actual pumpkin or a couple gourds. That's what it looks like to me, and I just there was a lot of entries this year.
This is actually a pumpkin, believe it or not. Even though it's kind of looks shiny, that's a pumpkin. Very well done. And this another great one. It's a pumpkin turned into a grill of all things.
And I saw somebody on Twitter post a photo, a different pumpkin that looks like a hamburger with fries and everything. So it's like maybe that's the thing now. Maybe like somebody made a hack or something for it, and now everybody's doing it. So a lot of really good entries.
And as soon as the sun went down, we headed over to the Tri-Circle D Ranch we heard there was going to be some kind of horse rider, but without a head. The Headless Horseman. We're being warned here about, do you really want to be here? Because they hear the Headless Horseman could be making an appearance. And it turned out he did, and here he is, up close and personal, the Headless Horseman.
And by we, I mean you,
it was
with
me,
some friends.
Yes.
Because I was holding like everybody's stuff at the
We
table.
just discussed it. Next year, I'm not even going to attempt to upload my video and have all that, so we can go and just enjoy this and have some fun. And I mean, really, the Headless Horseman, it's really fun to see it in person because this is the closest you're going to get. He'll stop and he'll kind of move along the fence and pose so people can take selfies or video clips. And I did take some nice clips for you as well, for you to post, and for me, and some pictures and all that. So we got the coverage, but it would have been nice for you to enjoy this too.
And you never know, they could bring back the separately ticketed event that they had before the pandemic started, which was the Return to Sleepy Hollow event.
That was
which was
great.
fun.
It was so great, especially the reveal at the end, when you got to walk right up to him and get a professional shot, photo pass picture. And I think we got a pin, we got popcorn. That was a great event. And if you remember years ago, they had wagon rides where the horsemen would chase you in the woods. That was back in like 2003, 4, 5.
Yep,
those
I did that.
times. So great times at Fort Wilderness. A great, wonderful Halloween Eve. But now it's Halloween morning, and we are meeting our good friend Axel for breakfast. But first, we stopped at the BoardWalk, and we found some pumpkins.
And so when I first saw the Lady and the Tramp one, I saw Tramp, and I thought it was gelatoni from a distance.
It does from a distance. From a distance, the eyes really give it that gelatoni look.
That was my favorite, though, of all the pumpkins. But they're really good. You got the heffalump. You have the mini, like a caramel apple type of mini. And this is only like one side of it. And then we're going to look at the other side as well. And in between, you have the nanny chairs, which is like Todd and Paul.
Yeah, they're the scariest things of all. And they're there year round.
And you've got, they call this one the Princess Pumpkin, the Ballyhoo. So, there's a variety of different pumpkins. But this Nightmare Before Christmas pumpkin display is really, really nice. And then there's also Running Amok in Recreation. These are cast member decorated pumpkins, and I think it said it was a contest, but at the time we saw it, they were not doing the contest.
Right. So we met our friends at Trattoria al Forno, and we hadn't been there since it was a character meal years ago. So now it's kind of a la carte. All four of us had the oaked grilled steak and eggs.
Right. And it was really good. So there's not too much to talk about because we all got the same thing.
This is just very quick. I'm just showing it. It was really for $21 before any discounts. It's a great deal. I mean, I was full for most of the day here.
But I wish I had asked for scrambled eggs because
I would have preferred scrambled also.
So I didn't even think about that. But I still ate most of my food. It was really good.
The potatoes underneath were excellent. And a very generous portion. So when we were walking through EPCOT, also on Halloween Day, we ran into Cruella DeVille here. What a nice surprise. And she was a lot of fun. Very energetic.
She had a lot yes. I thought, I was not expecting to see her. And so I thought that was really nice.
Yeah. We did see her at EPCOT last year, but very, very early in the season. So to actually see her on Halloween Day was a nice surprise and fitting for the holiday. But we were on our way to a DVC event here at the Atlantic Dance Hall.
Right. It was really nice of Axel and Elise to invite us, and it was called the DVC Meet and Treat. So you get some treats.
Yeah, we treated before we meeted, and we had very generous amounts. Just what we needed, more candy, more trick-or-treating. We did quite a bit of that this year.
And so really the main gist of this is there's 3 characters. There was Hades, Lotso, and then Minnie. And what I did not remember was a former Disneyland Paris costume, but then I was able to find photos of it online.
Our pictures of it, actually.
Yeah.
We have pictures with Minnie in that outfit there.
It's been a number of years, many years since she's worn it.
And that's where Stitch appears now in Disneyland Paris. Still appearing for a few more days. Halloween is still in force at Disneyland Paris.
Right, and then a week later will be Christmas there.
So there she is. We just talked about her outfit. She was very, what should I say, happy to spin and show us off her Parisian outfit.
So there's Lotso. The last time we saw Lotso was at
Oogie Boogie Bash.
Right, Oogie Boogie Bash. And that was a very quick meet and greet.
Well, it's much nicer to see him without a 3-picture limit. With one camera. Like, we had plenty of time here to see Lotso, but at the Oogie Boogie Bash, it was kind of rushed.
Well, at Oogie Boogie Bash with some of the characters, they'll say 3 photos, but you can't do like 3 pictures at the same time with different cameras. So then you have guests who then you kind of split up so that
and then
you
it
can
takes
each have
more
3.
time.
Right. So
Hades, look at this. Hades, we did see Hades at Disneyland Paris, but we weren't able to meet him there. So this was nice to be able to actually get up close in pictures with Hades.
Right. He was doing sort of a little bit of a distance. He was doing interactions, but not meeting at the pass holder event when we went in September. But this was really nice, and that was the main part of this whole event. Although
they were doing the
balloon
balloons,
art.
and the balloons, they were very impressive. Actually, I was able to take a look at some of the different balloons. There's a Pascal. I know somebody who would like that. Aroni would love that.
Ronnie and a Sally.
This is a Sally, so a very nice job of the Sally. So I thought that was a very nice bonus for anyone, not just kids, anyone who wanted one, they will make it for you.
That's really, yeah. And again, like we were here for like outside a little longer because especially Axel was able to get in line a little bit early. But once we got inside, I think we were here 15 or 20 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah. It was great. So anyway, that's it. Happy Halloween. And
that was quick.
It's time for Merry Christmas. Christmas has begun.
And Happy Holidays.
We want to thank our sponsor, MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel.
Head to their website if you're looking to book any kind of holiday travel, and there's a lot of places to go. But also, we're looking at the new year, and this is a good time to start thinking about that as well.
Well, there's a lot. Speaking of holiday, there's a lot of holiday coming up. We have Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and the new event at Disney's Hollywood Studios, which is
Jollywood Nights. But I keep thinking Jolly Holidays because I'm so used to the
That's
old
why I
name.
threw it to you because I always get it wrong.
Holidays.
I knew you'd get it right.
But Jollywood Nights, right?
So we'll be attending the first two of those. We also have a Food and Wine Classic between that
at Swan and Dolphin.
At the Swan and Dolphin Resort. And lots more. So much. We have a very, very
Grand
busy...
Floridian Gingerbread
will be there.
will be finished.
That'll be before. I think we'll be there probably over the weekend to see it. And
But it opens on Wednesday.
Opens on Wednesday. So much coming up. It's going to be a busy month.
Yes.
Lots of holiday goodness. So thanks again for listening. Have a great week, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.